how the teams are ranked. Immortals is still in control of first place, but CounterLogic Gaming is closing the gap and has sole possession of second. Cloud9 is third, and TSM has dropped to fourth, while Energy Esports and Liquid are tied for fifth. Echo Fox and Team Impulse are tied for eighth, with Team Dignitas and Renegades at the bottom of the standings. Here are the players, though, that stood out in their positions this week, and we start our OP5 in the top lane with Darshan.
Need we say it again? I mean, Darshan split pushing, he's the best in the business, honestly, especially in North America. And he did it again today, won the game with the team, was able to split push. Smithy as well was right there hand in hand with him.
Yep, and then we got to go to the jungle. We find his teammate, Xmithie. Those two working together the whole time.
Yeah, and he played Udyr twice. So that is really
that's
the whole reason he's on this panel. But in actuality, it didn't even seem like a champion that you would think Xmithie could excel on. But he picked up a higher farm burden. He applied a lot of pressure. He built heavily move speed focused items. He knew exactly how to play Udyr, and it's a big reason they managed to win 2 games.
Right.
Smite Baron just did everything he needed.
We move to the mid lane. We're going to find Phoenix. Now, this is a guy that we've pointed out before as being a presence in team fights. Maybe not necessarily a lane-dominant, flashy player on the Azir as we've gotten used to, but he's showing up on team fight-relevant champions along with the other veteran Piglet and really helping those 3 newcomers on the team roll through and make a case for themselves being a top 6 team. We go to AD carry. There's the other veteran, Piglet.
Piglet is just a monster. In North American LCS, best AD carry that we've seen in so many factors. He's raising the bar for his team as well. He's working very nicely with the new kids on his team. You know, working with Doc, with Matt, you know, with the Shockline, with confidence issues, and all the while, Piglet is doing his work. Today, in his lane, 2 versus 2, earning his own advantages for his team, then getting the team to capitalize on those advantages. Very good stuff from Piglet so far.
All right, last but certainly not least, our support is going to Aphromoo.
Yeah, and just looking at CLG's strength of schedule this week, having to beat Immortals and Cloud9 to go 2-0, they did. And Aphromoo is the main shot caller for this team. He is the leader for that team along with Darshan. And he just showed up again and again. Bard ultimates were incredibly key in that crazy, awesome game of the week, match of the week we saw against Cloud9. And that very well earned.
And in his interview, he pointed to the amount of time it took him to master that champion. He said 1,000,000 missed ult, or 1,000 missed ult, not 1,000,000. 1,000 missed ults, but even before he really got a handle.
I haven't slept since the champion came out.
On that ability in that champion. But the player who claims the title for most valuable player this week is CounterLogic Gaming's Darshan. Darshan made Immortals and Cloud9 feel his presence, whether he was pushing a side lane or TPing in for the fight, playing a pivotal role in defeating those 2 top teams.
Well, Smithy was there too.
Yeah, he made it in. That's why we said a close second, right? Because he also played Udyr. But no, but back to Darshan. I mean, really re-solidifying himself as a split-pushing threat, showing that he can do it on more than just one champion, bringing out that Jax in the second game today, saying if you really want to shut it down, you got to throw 2 bans at him now.
Yeah, the classic Jax there from Darshan, you know, working hand in hand, as you said, with Smithy the entire time. Getting him off to an early lead with the camp by Udyr bottom. The only thing that would have made it, you know, funnier would be, I guess, if he was using Nasus as well, and we could see the Udyr plus Nasus.
Please, for the love of God, do not play Nasus. I don't need to see that.
He's saying 2 bans. They throw 2 bans at him. You know what's coming.
I know. He's got to stretch to something else.
He did in playoffs on Team Dignitas that day.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But what I do want to see is the teams that are traveling to Poland for Intel Extreme Masters Katowice next week. But our league action continues the following week with the North American Challenger Series playoffs. Now that kicks off on Tuesday, March 8th with their first semifinal showdown, Ember versus Team Dragon Knights. And on Wednesday, get ready for an all-new and always delightful primetime league where Riv, Freak, and the gang will break down all the latest league news from the major regions. Then the LCS action returns in Europe with Fnatic taking on Giants before H2K faces off against Roccat. After that, it's the Unicorns of Love against Origin, followed by Team Vitality battling against G2 Esports. And the LCS returns stateside Saturday, March 12th, with TSM taking on Team Impulse before Immortals go head-to-head with Energy Esports. So, lots of matches to look forward to LCS 2 weeks out. IEM, though, international play, first time we get to see it this year, this calendar year, guys. Talk to me about this. What are we excited about?
Suddenly, expectations are high for CLG. You know what that means.
They just beat Immortal and Cloud9.
Disappointment.
Kobe's over here like, yes, build up, build up, build up. Cat's like,
It's like all of North America is sending them off. Like, go, Sean.
It's the evil Canadian in him, right?
Exactly.
Just, he can't let us have anything.
It's just so salty there.
No.
I'm really looking forward to it, though, to your point. Like, COG...
Dash is all ready. I've got my tissues ready for the...
Yeah. All right, let's get back on track.
They're at a good point, and I think it'll be a nice time for them to regionally class. COG in particular, with their split push style, is a unique team that's going to be heading over to Poland.
Everyone's going to see it coming, though, is my big worry for CLG.
Really?
Yes.
In what sense?
I mean, very clearly, you know what style they want to play, and Smithy's been camping bottom over and over.
Okay.
So you have a very good idea of where their jungler is going to be, or where he's going to want to focus.
Yep.
So.
Right, so if you're analyzing what has brought them the most recent success, then you know what they're going to want to do. That makes sense. We'll have to see how it plays out. That's going to do it for us today. Special thanks again to Weldon Green for joining us for an interview and giving us some insight into the world of esports psychology. Now for myself and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.